Oh, well, wonderful. Frank,
Frank?
good
Morning,
evening to
Tony.
you. Good morning from us here in London. What a fight we just witnessed.
Well, it was historic, wasn't it? And I can't think of many. Well, I've got to be honest. That's the best live heavyweight fight I've ever seen. It was just amazing that both of them showed such courage. They were true warriors, and it takes two guys to make a fight like that, and you've got to take your hat off to both of them. Fantastic. Tyson has now established himself as the best heavyweight of his generation, in my opinion.
Yeah. Frank, can I ask you, because obviously you've known Tyson Fury for a long time, does he never cease to amaze you? Because I see Tyson, and every time he gives me something different to think about him.
You're absolutely right. He finds something, doesn't he? He is. I mentioned it just now. Talk about warriors. He is a warrior. He is just a tough guy, and he won't. He will not be. He will not be denied. In the first fight, in the last round when he went down, how he got up, I thought it was all over. I don't know how he got up from that, but this was unbelievable. And I knew Wilder would have to win this fight. Would have to come out and fight him, throw bombs at him, and that's what he did. And it became basically a shootout between the two of them.
Well, what was it, round 3? And, I bet your heart was in your hands and, thinking, round 4, because there were so many knockdowns. There was 5, wasn't there? Round 4,
yeah.
Twice down. But Tyson, again, he seemed to just recover slightly better. And that's taken nothing away from Deontay Wilder, because what he experienced in the ring was pretty brutal tonight as well. So, his recovery powers, Tyson's, like you talked about, in the first fight where he gets knocked to the ground, you think he's never going to get up from that in the 10-second count, and he makes it.
No, he's unbelievable. He's probably got the best chin in the heavyweight division in the last how many years? Guys getting hit by statistically the hardest punching heavyweight in Deontay Wilder. That's a fact. He is the hardest punching heavyweight statistically in the last 40 odd years. They would not have got up from that, and only if you've got a good chin can you get up. And that's what he got: big heart and a marvellous chin.
Frank, I was saying it earlier on, and I've often sometimes thought, do we really need a rematch? Do we really need a rematch? And we've, as I say, talking about it earlier on, that fight was absolutely fantastic and so worthy of what now has obviously turned out to be this superb trilogy.
Well, it was. I've got to be honest. Each fight has got better and better as far as Tyson's concerned. I know that was more hand in your heart in your mouth, but for the fans, it doesn't get any better of that. And normally, when I think of the Ali Frazier trilogy, one of the fights wasn't so good. The other two were marvellous fights, but this tonight was something extra special. The whole place were on the edge of their seats if they weren't standing up. It was just such a you didn't know what was going to happen next between the two of them.
Absolutely, and actually being here, watching it before we came on air, we were all on the edge of our seats as well. And every time Wilder looked like he was on the ropes, he would bounce back, and it was tremendous as just a spectator. Yeah. What I wanted to ask you, Frank, I know before the fight, Bob Arum wasn't particularly happy with the atmosphere, lacking British fight fans. What was it like to be there?
It was. Oh, look, the atmosphere was marvellous, and the fans, the majority of the fans were behind Tyson, no doubt about that. Obviously, probably about 60-40, but tremendous atmosphere. Had the Brits been here, we'd have. Well, could you imagine? It would have been like winning the World Cup again.
It would have been.
I was going to say to you, Frank, and Tyson, obviously a well-earned rest now, probably going into next year, but Dillian Whyte next in line, would that be the path you think he has to take?
I don't know. The WBO got to make their decision what they're going to do, and as regarding Dillian, he's got to fight Wallin first, so he may get beat. That's no foregone conclusion.
Yeah. But the way Tyson Fury went about that fight today, some of the counter punching and his quick feet seemed to bamboozle Wilder many times. It just looks as though, Frank, he is unstoppable.
Well, I hope that's the case. And but you're right. He does. He's like. I think the only thing that might stop him is somebody can find some kryptonite, because that's what he's like. Superman. It's funny for a guy that you look at him. He's such an athlete. He's an athlete, and he doesn't look it. When you look at him, you think, how does this guy do this? He's amazing.
Frank, party after party.
Yeah,
I think that's
what's
on the
gonna
cards, isn't
Absolutely,
it?
absolutely. We're just doing a press conference and then we're out.
Which hotel? Oh,
We're
so-
out.
Oh,
Out. Oh, you can't be a bit out. Listen, I know Cass was asking you there about the situation with Dillian White. Everyone is obviously also going to be asking about AJ and whether or not that fight down the line could happen. Is that something that's still on your radar?
Yeah, I mean, look, what a great fight that would be in the UK. To get it back there. But at the end of the day, the person who will make the decision is Tyson. He may even want to retire. Who knows what he wants to do? But it'll be his decision. And what he wants to do is that he calls the shots. He's the champion.
And just a last word on Tyson Fury, because there was a bit of the unknown about what was happening with Tyson Fury. Obviously, we know his daughter was unwell for a time, and so a lot of speculation about whether or not he was going to be truly ready for this fight. I mean, he was truly vindicated, wasn't he? I mean, he was fantastic.
Well, it was, it was very, there was obviously a huge concern there, and boxing or anything else is secondary. Nobody even talked about it. It's most important thing was his new daughter. Getting well. She was taken to ICU twice, and thankfully she came through. But it did interrupt his training, and obviously mentally he wasn't in a good place. But once she pulled through, he resumed his training, and he was in a much better place again in his mind.
Well, look, Frank, we appreciate you speaking to us
brilliant.
this morning here in London.
It's a pleasure.
Enjoy being out.
Oh, well.
We're only jealous we can't join you.
Out.
I was going to say. Could add a few more outs on there.
Yeah, out until, what day are we on now? Sunday? Could be Tuesday, Wednesday, who knows? Enjoy it, Frank.
By Friday.
Cheers.
Pass our congratulations on to Tyson Fury as well.
Thank you.
I will. Thank you very much.